Day 1 SketchUp video. First thing that you need to do once you open up SketchUp is to go to the View tab, go to Toolbars, and then you want to check the Large tool set. And then hit Close. So now you will have the Large tool set on the side. Then you want to go to Window tab, Default Tray, and you only want to have Entity Info, Materials, Components. You can uncheck Styles, Layers, uncheck Scenes, uncheck Shadows, and uncheck Instructor. So this is everything that you really need for right now. Now we're going to set up our layers, so I'm going to click on the little arrow next to layers, and I'm going to hit the plus button, and I'm going to make a floor layer, I'm going to make a walls layer, I'm going to make a roof layer, and then I'm going to make a component layer. It is recommended to use layers. It'll help you while you're building your project. So now let's say this little man, I want to change the layer that he's on. So you'll notice when I click on him, if I go to Entity Info, it'll tell me what layer it's on. So I could change him to component. So now if I turn off my component layer, he goes away. Okay. I can also, if I know I'm going to make a floor, like we're going to do right now, I want whatever I'm going to create to be on a specific layer, I can just check the layer I'm on and then create something and it will be on that layer. So I'm going to do my rectangle tool. You'll notice I kind of use both toolbars. I try to use, if it is up at the top, I use it. If not, I go on the side. But that's kind of up to you. They are duplicated. So I'm going to do my rectangle tool, and I am going to click and start dragging to make a rectangle. You'll notice down at the bottom it says dimensions. So I'm going to start typing 10 feet, comma, 10 feet. Because I want a square for my floor. And I'm going to zoom out here. Okay, so that is my floor so far. Before we kind of get going, actually, then we're going to put a thickness to this floor. So I'm going to push and pull. So I'm going to be able to grab that surface and make it a specific thickness. So you'll notice the distance at the bottom again. So as soon as I start dragging the direction I want, I'm going to type in 1 foot, enter, and it's going to make that floor 1 foot thick. In order to move my screen over, I'm going to use this hand to move it over so I can, so that's my panning tool, is the hand. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to my selection tool. I can select my entire floor. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to make it a component, and I'm going to name that floor component, and then always make sure to replace this selection with component and hit create. So now this component, you'll notice I can select the whole thing at once. If I turn my floor off, actually I'm on that layer, so say I go to my wall layer, if I turn it off, it goes away because I was on floor. Now, to move around, you can hold down your scroll wheel. That will initiate orbit, so you don't have to hold down shift like you do in Revit. Just hold down your scroll wheel and you're in orbit. Hold down shift and your scroll wheel is pan. So it's actually opposite of Revit, which is kind of confusing. So that's panning. Or again, you can see those tools up at the top. Alright, so now we're going to make our walls. So I'm going to go to my wall layer, and I'm going to create a wall using my rectangle tool. So I'm going to create the thickness of my wall. So I want my walls to be 5 inches thick. So you'll notice it kind of snaps, and I'm going to drag it to the side. So at the bottom it says my dimension is 10 feet by 1 foot. I actually want it to be 10 feet, comma, 5 inches. And there's my wall. And now I'm going to push and pull it up 10 feet. So see how it's grabbing that surface? I'm going to type in 10 feet, enter, and now I have my wall. You'll notice if I go to my selection tool, I can select all the different surfaces of my wall. I do want this to be one complete wall. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to drag and highlight. So I'm going to go from the left side to the right, just like in Revit. So anything that's completely within that box will be selected. So my floor is not. I'm going to right click, make a component, and I'm going to name it wall, make sure this is checked, and hit create. It's very, very important that you do that. Now we're going to copy this wall to the other side, so I'm going to do Control C, Control V, and it should make a copy. Let me select my wall, Control C, Control V. There it goes, it made a copy. I'm just going to put it on the ground over there orbit around, and I'm going to grab the corner of my wall to snap it with a corner. I will admit it's kind of picky or finicky when you try to move things. Just do the best that you can, move around so you have the correct view. All right. Something to note when you make these components, they are actually components tied into each other. So if I double click on this wall and I say, oh, I actually want it wider. So you'll notice it's going to do it to both walls. They're tied to each other because they're the same component. So I'll show you later how to make them different components, but I just wanted to let you know that. All right, so now I'm going to copy and paste one more time, Control C, Control V. And now I'm going to rotate this wall. So here's my rotate tool. And you'll notice you can rotate it in different directions depending on what axis you select. So I actually want to rotate on the blue. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to rotate. I'm going to type in 90 degrees, 90, enter. And now I've rotated that wall so I can move it into the correct position. So I'm going to use my move tool. I'm going to grab that corner and then I'm going to snap it there. You'll notice now that it's a little too long. So I need to make it its own component so that I can shorten it. Because if I just shorten this wall, it's going to shorten all of them. So what I'm going to do is right click on it and I'm going to make it unique. So now when I double click to make this wall shorter, it won't change my other walls because it's now unique. And if I just snap it to that wall, there we go, and double click off to the side, I have now made its own wall. I'm going to copy and paste this one. And I just get it close and then I click again to move it. So now I have my walls. Now I want to create an opening in one of my walls. So I'm going to go to the first wall that I made, which is this right side wall. I want only this one to have an opening, so what I need to do is right click on it and make it unique. So when I start editing it, it won't change the other wall here. So now I can double click into it and I'm going to move around so I can see the front. And I'm going to just use my rectangle tool to make an opening. You can make it any size that you want, about the size of a door. At the bottom it will tell you the dimensions. So there we go. So now I have a rectangle. I am now going to use my push-pull tool, and I'm actually going to rotate here so I can see the top. And I'm going to grab that surface and I'm going to push it through to the other side. And you notice I now have an opening. It actually deletes itself out. Go to my selection tool to get out of edit mode, and now I have an opening. And that kind of wraps up day 1.